pure Coys. Oh yeah, hey, come on in and have your say. Why don't you smash that like along the way? Let's talk Spurs with pure Coys. Yeah, let's talk Spurs with pure Coys. Let's talk Spurs with pure Coys.
Yes, guys, good morning. How you all doing? How you all doing? I had a bit of a technical problem there with my ticker. Was running across the top, trying to change it. How you all doing on this fine Thursday morning? The weather is well, it looks like it's gonna rain, let's be honest. It looks like it's gonna rain here in the West Country, but guys, we are around ish 85 hours away from finding out our fate. By bank holiday Monday, Sunday night, day off work, lovely. Oh, lovely. We haven't got to go to work Monday. But we could face a real prospect of playing championship football. How are we all going to feel that Sunday night if we lose, West Ham win, and we are in the championship? I don't want to think about it. I'm a positive fan. I don't want to think about that. But how are we going to feel? That is going to be one of the worst Sunday nights ever. And there is no doubt, right? I've been a Spurs fan 45 years, 46 years. I'm 53. I know, I don't look it. 53 years old. And without a shadow of any doubt at all, Sunday is the biggest game in Tottenham Hotspur's history ever. I'm talking FA Cups. I'm talking Europa Leagues, UEFA Cups. I'm talking, what am I talking? Every game. Every game. There is no game bigger than this. This is it. It's all or nothing. It's I can't believe we're in this position, to be honest with you. We finished 17th last season. Should have been the wake-up call, but no. We won the Europa League. Everything's going to be fine. And then in summer, we didn't really address the areas that we needed to. We brought in some good players, but we needed more. And let's be honest, at least one of those players we brought in has been a massive, massive letdown this season. But it is what it is. We move into the last game needing a result. And I looked on Twitter yesterday and there was something like 10 results. And 9 of them, if they go our way, we're safe. There's only one result out of the 10, 12 or whatever results that will send us down. But to me, I look at those results and I think that's the most likely one. Tottenham losing and West Ham winning. It's the most likely result because our home form is dreadful. West Ham are pretty decent at home now. Leeds have got a host of injuries. It's going to be a nervy afternoon already. Already, just thinking about it, just talking about it, is giving me butterflies. Biggest game in Tottenham's history in my lifetime, without a shadow of a doubt. It's huge. And we have to get a result because I don't want to think about playing championship football. Yes, in the heat of the moment, you think, oh, wow, fuck it. At least we haven't got VAR. At least we haven't got these dodgy refs. At least we haven't, we're not in the Premier League. We don't have to worry about Premier League rules. I've got to say, the Premier League does suck. It does feel a little bit elitist and it's corrupt as anything. But listen, it is what it is. And we are, as fans, we support our side, whatever division they're in, right? So we deal with it. And Sunday is massive. Let's hope we get a result. Before I go to the chat, massive, massive congratulations to Aston Villa, who won the Europa. We are no longer Europa League champions. Aston Villa are now Europa League champions. And as much as I'll be the first to admit, I didn't really want another English club to win. I wanted Tottenham to keep that mantle for a little bit longer. It is what it is. The Premier League is strong and Villa absolutely swept Freiburg away yesterday and last night. So congratulations to them. But I can't hear any fans of any other teams or even Villa fans. I've been on a few Villa streams looking at them last night. Didn't hear any Villa fans saying, oh yeah, but we had a really easy run. It's a Mickey Mouse trophy. It's not a great trophy. We had it easy. Yeah, Spurs fans is what we got last season. It is what it is, guys. Congrats to Aston Villa. We move. We've got bigger fish to fry. We have a huge game on Sunday at home to Everton. A game where David Moyes is fighting for his job. Everton have nothing to play for now, but you would think Everton will come out. They're not the kind of team just to come out and roll over. We are going to have to be at our best. What's the team going to be? Who are we going to pick? Like the thumbnail says, stealing a living. There are so many players in this team that are stealing a living. And I feel a little bit harsh putting Mawani on the thumbnail. But listen, he was the one who gave the second goal away. He has been poor since he's come to Tottenham. And but he's not the only one. There are quite a few that haven't been up to it since they've come to Spurs. Guys, before we get into it, before I bring the chat in, please smash a like, hit the subscribe if you are new. Really would appreciate it. Let's go through the chat. Pete's in, saying good morning, mate. Big up to you and everyone in the chat. Big up to you, Pete. I hope you're well. And George is in as well. Saying morning, Nigel chat. He's not the only one stealing a living at the club. You're absolutely right, mate. He isn't. There are so many more that are stealing a living at this great club, this wonderful club that we all love so much. Apart from Pete, of course. I'm Pagey. But big up Pagey. So morning, Pete. Smash a like button and subscribe. Nice, have a great show. Watching on playback. Big up to you, Pagey. Have a great day at work. And she says, last day at work this week and a long weekend ahead. Well, let's hope it's a good one for you, Pagey. I'm dreading this weekend. Absolutely dreading this weekend. But it is what it is. Queen Ellie's in. Saying big up, Nige, and a very good morning to you and all the purists in the chat. Looking forward to a great show. Big up to you, Ellie. Thank you very much for putting a message in last night. As always, for whatever. YouTube, it disappears the next morning. Absolutely crazy, but big up to you. Thank you so much for being in our absolute royalty in the house. George says the worst being Lange, who I said before was stealing a living. The guy has done nothing as a sporting director, even taking a holiday when the transfer window was open. How this man is still in a job, George, I do not know. It's an absolute farce. It really is. I think he goes down as the worst sporting director we've ever had. He is terrible, terrible at his job, and says it all when Villa had him. We're languishing down where we are. We were where Villa were, and Villa get rid of him. We get him in, and now look at us and look at Villa winning silverware last night. Probably going to finish in the Champions League again. Says it all. This man has to go, and if he doesn't, there's serious questions need to be asked. Andrew's in said, morning, Nige. I'm going to have to call in pest control. My gooner neighbour is parading around in his Woolwich shirt. Oh, in it, mate. I've seen them. I've seen them everywhere. They are crawling out of the woodwork like David Bellamy. The older people know who that is. Crawling out of the woodwork. Everywhere you see them, suddenly everyone's got an Arsenal shirt on. You're like, bloody hell, where have you been for the last 10 years, mate? But yeah, it is what it is. Logan said, morning, Nigel in the chat. Big up, everyone. Hope all is well. Big up to you, Logan. I hope you're well, buddy. And Cookie is in. Said, morning, Nigel, and all in the chat. Morning, Cookie. Hope you're well, buddy. I hope you are well. I have remembered to redirect to you today. Not that it mattered. Absolutely smashing it, the 2 marks. Biggest show on YouTube currently. Get over there and subscribe if you haven't. I'm sure you all have already. Pete says, sorry to hear that, Andrew. Absolutely. And he says, morning, Cookie, mate. Oh, yeah, Pete, it's got his little, his little picture night. Nice, mate. Nice, mate. Is that you holding the Premier League? Yeah, I feel a little bit sick. A little bit sick in my mouth there. Oh, Kate's in saying good morning, Nige, lovely. Good morning to you, Kate. I hope you are well. Guys, how are we feeling coming up to this weekend? It's suddenly appeared on us. I think it's maybe because Tottenham played Tuesday night, and it's almost like we should have been playing at the weekend. Suddenly, we're nearly at the next weekend, and this is it. This is it. It's the big one. The big one. End of season. After this game, the season's done. Thank fucking Lord. It's been a shocker of a season. for all of this, are Spurs going to go down? Are we going to stay up? We will know Sunday, late afternoon. We will know what division we are in. And it's quite an emotional thought. I'm just thinking about it because I don't want to think about us going down. That watch along is going to be an emotional one for sure. There is no doubt about that. It's going to be an emotional one. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'm really not looking forward to it. So, guys, we will see. Make sure you tune in for the watch along on the Two Mark Show on Sunday afternoon. Andrew says Michael Oliver is in charge and Paul Tierney on VAR, for fuck's sake. Yeah, it is what it is, mate. We are all but cooked, right? Like I say, there's something like 10, 12 results, and only one of them sends Spurs down. But with these two, you never know. We could be going down. We will see. I'm terrified. I think there's going to be, we all know there's going to be a VAR call in one of the games, right? In either the West Ham game or the Spurs game, there's going to be a VAR call. Let's hope it's a good one for Spurs. Kate saying big up to Cookie. And Pete saying get the beers. And then either way, Nige, fingers crossed, it's to celebrate. Yeah, listen, it's going to be done. Going to get absolutely wasted on Sunday afternoon. No doubt about it. Not got to go to work Monday. Not got the kids. So I'm just going to sit in my bedroom with you guys and drink either joy or sorrows. We will see. Of course, it might not all matter because, as Golden Sun said, let's go Leeds. Come on, Leeds United. You can do it. They have a lot of injuries. But again, Leeds are another side that will just not turn up and roll over. So you never know. As long as Calvert Lewin's fit, they've got a chance, right? Because this is a guy last season that Spurs were linked with, and I'll be the first to admit, didn't want any part of it. That guy's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. He goes to Leeds, misses a penalty on like his League Cup game in his first game or something, and I'm like, oh, what a shit signing! Wow, he's been fantastic for Leeds this season. So what do I know? What do I know? Big up Golden Sun, and I echo, go on Leeds, let's go. Kate saying good morning to Pete, and Pete saying good morning to Kate. Andrew says you better get the spice rum out Sunday night. Absolutely. There's a couple of bottles over there. Don't usually keep alcohol in my bedroom. I'm not somebody who, yeah. But yeah, we will see. We will see. I'm definitely going to be having a few drinks. Sean Butler style, I think. Going large Sunday afternoon. Better make sure I have a good hearty meal before, because I am a bit of a lightweight. Kate says, well, that due to an awful transfer window would land the wanker. Absolutely. Listen, he said we didn't need anyone. He said we didn't need to panic. Well, we are fighting relegation. One game to go. I say that's quite a bit of a panic. So well done, Lange. Well done, mate. I would be sacking him Sunday evening. Sunday night, regardless, I would be handing Lange's P45 and saying, thank you very much. On your way, son. You are the worst. But we all know Tottenham won't do that, right? Golden Sun saying Leeds are more likely to get a result than us. I hope so, mate. The only thing I will say, and like I say, speaking to a couple of Leeds fans, Lee being one of them, and his dad, Stu, they've got a lot of injuries, Leeds. So let's see what team they can field. You know, no doubt Leeds won't, they won't, roll over and get their bellies tickled. We will see. We will see. The Stoic is in. Big up, buddy. Says, as we say over here in Ireland, it'll be fine. I hope so, mate. I hope so. Yes, we will see. Lee's in, said hello, everyone. Big up, Lee. Guys, if you haven't, get over to Lee Statham TV. Give him a sub. Like I say, not just him, but any YouTuber who gets a sub, wakes up with an extra sub, or goes into their account and sees they've got a few more subs. It brightens their day. It really does. Honestly, there's nothing like it. Losing a sub really pisses you off, but getting a sub just makes you feel 10 feet tall. So, guys, get over to Lee and give him a sub. Really would appreciate it. The girl Gaffer's in, saying, you can do this. I know it sounds rich coming from an Arsenal fan, but you guys could sit back for a boring 0-0 draw and you're safe. Easy. Come on, believe. Big up to you, girl Gaffer, and congratulations on winning the title. Listen, got to say it as it is, right? But sadly, Tottenham haven't got the sort of defence Arsenal have, where we can just be like, you know what, we'll just grab a point here. Um, we will give up chances if we try and sit back. That's the problem. How do we play? How do we play? We've got to try and win, right? Everton are not this swashbuckling footballing side. We've got to try and win the game. And, you know, just the thought of it, I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do. We will see. It could be anything Sunday. Kate says, Nigel, they're all shit. My next door neighbours are Everton fans. Well, hopefully they do us a favour Sunday, you know? Hopefully, you know what's going to happen, right? You know what's going to happen. If we were to beat Everton on Sunday, it will be, you know, oh, Everton have rolled over for you. We're never going to get anything and get credit for it. We didn't get credit for the Europa League win last season. We won't get credit if we manage to get a result on Sunday. It will be someone else's problem, but it is what it is. We take it. Listen, Spurs are hated. We know that. But we don't care, right? The girl Gaffer says more so. I think Nuno will sink under pressure. So even if you lose, West Ham won't win theirs. You'll win either way. This is the hope, the girl Gaffer. But we don't want to go into the game. Last thing we want to do is be reliant on Leeds, right? We want to get out there against Everton, get a couple of early goals. I know it sounds crazy. Get a couple of early goals, and hopefully, then we can just relax a little bit. If we can go 2 up first 20 minutes, take off foot off the gas a little bit and just see the game out. But it's not going to go that way, and we know that. But listen, it is what it is, and I just I don't see West Ham losing. But you know, Scott M said it himself. Big up to you, Scotty. He said, you know, you don't see Spurs going down because whereas you don't see Spurs winning, he don't see West Ham winning either. That was 2 games. So listen, you could all be right. You could all be right. Pete says, I agree, girl Gaffer. Spurs need us. We need Spurs in the Premier League. West Ham can kiss my ass. Well, Pete, you are really, you've been integrated into the Tottenham fan base. So, you know, we won't tell anyone. It's fine. But you are yid to us. So don't worry. Kate says hello to Lee. And Cyril's in. Big up Cyril. Says, good morning, Nige. Stay up or go down. I think we need more therapy after this season. I agree. I agree. This season has been hellish. Absolutely terrible. And yeah, either way, I'm gonna need to have to start spending money on a counsellor, I think, because especially these last couple of weeks. You know, I've not slept some nights. I've struggled to get to sleep because Tottenham are going around in my head. And I know I'm not the only one. It's been horrific. The girl Gaffer says, "Get in." What do we think of Tottenham safe? What do we think of what do we think of safe Tottenham, Peach? Oh, yeah. Listen, hey, you've got to get your 6 points from somewhere next season, right? You really have. Um, Guys, I don't know. That would be enough, girl Gaffer. Yes, yes. Pete, don't take no shit, girl Gaffer. You can do a little bit. You can do a little bit of ribbing, but too much. Pete, come down hard. Um, he's my bouncer on the door, Pete. Kate says, get the likes and sub to Nige. Done my 2. Thank you, Kate. Yeah, guys, if you haven't, please smash a like, hit a sub. It is so important. Just checking the time now. Cookie has says, morning to Pete, Kate, and all in the chat. Kate says, Nige, I don't drink, but I'm going to get some lager in. I think we need to, right? As Spurs fans, we're going to need something to get us through Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. It's going to be horrific. It really is. I don't blame you, Kate. Trust me, it'll help the nerves. It absolutely will. Cyril said, DCL has never been rubbish. I just think it is previous injury record that makes many think he's crap. When he's fit, he is dangerous. Yeah, quite possibly. Quite possibly. Maybe he's just not fit. Side Dancer's in saying, big up now. He's just listening while doing the school run. Big up to you, Side Dancer. I will keep my language down. Never good listening when you're you got kids in the car and there's people swearing. Pete says, morning, Lee, mate. I hope you're well. And Lee says, good morning to Pete back. Kate says, Nigel, I have a bad feeling De Zerbi will play Flappy Hands Vicario for his last game. Oh, what do we think about that, guys? That's an interesting one. Vicario. Does he come in for the final game of the season against Everton? Obviously there was some criticism, I would say, of Kinski on Tuesday night. A lot of people saying that maybe he could have done better for both goals. Definitely the first one. Um, what do we think? I think he was very secure again with his kicking. I thought he was very secure. A couple of crosses come in from corners. They were looking to get right in on the keeper, and he was just plucking everything out of the air. So I didn't really have a problem with Kinski. I'd like Kinski to start again at the weekend. But guys, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Would you go Kinski? Would you play Vicario for the last game? Difficult one for me. But I think I'd go Kinski. Logan says, I'm usually positive, but I can't see us beating Everton at home. I do not trust these players. And I think you're echoing so many fans, mate. We just don't trust the players, do we? Right? As much as I want to be positive, as much as I err on the more positive side than the negative, I am going to keep it real. I am going to say what I feel. That rhymed. I should be a rapper. And listen, I don't trust these players. I think they've got it in them. And this is why I have that belief, right? Because I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen us go to Man City and win. I've seen us blow Everton out of the water at Hill Dickinson. I've seen us do the same to West Ham away from home. I've seen us beat Villa. I've seen us get results. I've seen us in the Super Cup final dominate the best team in Europe for 85 minutes. So these players are capable of it, and that's what gives me hope. But do I trust them? Absolutely not. I do not trust them as far as I can throw them. And we've just got to hope they turn up on the day. And hopefully Everton will be on the beach. Yeah, probably not, but you've got to be hopeful. Lee said hi to Kate. Cookie said, how do we win? Keep the bloody ball. That will help. Yeah, we got to stop giving the ball away, right? Cookie's absolutely right. We've got to stop giving the ball away. You know, every time both Chelsea's goals, certainly the second one, I'm pretty certain the first one, we gave the ball away in midfield and they broke from it. We've got to stop giving the ball away. And I'm sure other teams have it as well. Sure, other fans feel it. But for me, it feels like every time we make a mistake, we get punished. Every time. It's never like we make a mistake and they have a chance and they miss, or they have a chance and nothing comes of it. We seem to get punished every mistake we make. Danzo against Brighton, punished. You know, the other night, punished. I could name 10 more, but, well, I can't because I can't remember. But I'm sure there are others. I'm sure there are others. Listen, we've got to keep the ball. Yeah, if we don't give the ball away, we don't lose the game. Simple as that. And no stupid fouls. I don't want to see what Sarr did the other night, just running in to Enzo for no reason. Don't give any silly fouls away because there's no doubt Everton are strong on set pieces. So no silly fouls, and we got to stand up. We got to be men, and we got to be counted on Sunday. Kate says we ain't got no strikers. Bloody awful shite. Excuse the language. Yeah, we haven't. You're absolutely right. They are terrible. Um, Richarlison, listen, he scored 11 goals for us this season, so it's hard to get at him too much. But as a footballer, he's just not very good. And you know, we're so used to having the likes of Kane and Son, Dele Alli, Ericsson. You know, remember when there used to be a time when 11 goals would be like the fifth top goal scorer. That would be Ericsson with 11. Now that's our top scorer. Let that sink in, guys. We are awful in those forward areas. We really are. Corey's in saying, let's not talk about that wage thief no go Hulu. Yeah, listen, he's got to go, right? He is going to go at after this game. Does he play Sunday? I'd be tempted not to play him personally. I just don't think he's done enough to warrant a place in the team. But as I said earlier, he's not the only one who is stealing a living here at Tottenham. There are so many others, players and board and management. For me, Lange is the biggest culprit. The biggest culprit. I would be sacking him Sunday evening. He would be gone. In fact, I'd probably be telling him now, pack your stuff, By Sunday evening, I want your office empty. He needs to go. He is not up to it. He really isn't. Collins in saying, Bowen Darnage, the gang, the championship is a great adventure. The Prem is a force god and good riddance as far as I'm concerned. And listen, big up, Colin. You're not the only one thinking this, mate. You really aren't, because we all laud the Premier League as the league to be in, right? And I want to be in the Premier League because A, I want to get the best players. Not that we ever do, but I want the chance to get the best players. B, I want to play in the biggest competitions. And C, I don't know what C is. C, I want to play against the best teams, right? And that is the Premier League. But, and I'm not going to keep mentioning corruption, it just feels like a different beast now. It feels like a different beast. And maybe a year out of the Premier League. Problem is, though, would it be only a year? But maybe being out of the Premier League will make us fall in love with this club again. Maybe. I don't know. But listen, it's too much money in the Premier League, and it's all about money now, isn't it? And listen, for me, it is. Life is all about money. If you haven't got money, you can't do anything. So I get it. I do. I get it. I get why people would feel like, let's just get out of this Premier League. But realistically, we have to stay in it. Guys, over 50 in the house now, please do me a favor, smash that like, hit that subscribe if you are new. Let's see if we got any subs today. No. But thanks for being in there, guys. Keep hitting that like. Lee saying hi to Logan. Andrew saying relax. Relax. It's gonna be fine. I'm going for my coffee after this, Andrew. So I will be fine. I will be fine. Peter says, if the worst happens, it'd be effing seismic. Honestly, as a gooner, it was the dream. In reality, though, I don't want it to happen. Um, yeah, I mean, as much as I hate Arsenal, I wouldn't want Arsenal going down because you know this is what being top division is. Yeah, you play the North. It's all about the North London derby. We all know, as Spurs and Arsenal fans, the first fixture you look at is Tottenham and Arsenal, and you know, it is what it is. We won't get that next season if we go down. We'll be looking at our first fixture being Watford. I mean, what would we look at as Spurs fans? What would be the first fixture we look at? Would it be Watford? Would it be Millwall? Christ, QPR even. I don't know, but listen, it doesn't bear thinking about, does it? For me, it would be Bristol City, but let's hope we don't go there. Logan saying hello to Lee. Guys, get over to Lee Statham TV, smash a sub for him. Ben saying I think we all knew it was going down to the final day. If Spurs didn't put us fans through the ringer every week, then it wouldn't be Spurs. Yeah, absolutely, mate. I had a massive feeling that it was going to go down to the last day. And let's be honest, a couple of weeks ago, we would have settled for that, right? When we were in the bottom three and West Ham were too clear, we would have settled for being in the, having it go down to the last game and it being in our own hands. I think we all would have taken that. So it is what it is. Let's just hope, fingers crossed, we do the business Sunday. Surreal saying people that hate Spurs are brain dead. If we were a threat, I'd understand, but we're not. So why the hatred us? I don't know. I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's a big club thing, isn't it? And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, Spurs are not a big club." We are a huge club. Um, and I think people like to see big clubs suffer, right? I'd probably be the same if it was a club of our size struggling. I'd probably be loving every minute of it. But it is what it is. What we've got to remember is we are not too big to go down. There is every chance we're going to go down Sunday, and we've got to be realistic now. As much as, like I say, I try to be positive, as I said earlier, I've got to be real. Got to be real. There is every chance we get relegated on Sunday. Every chance. We wouldn't be the first team. We wouldn't be the first big club to get relegated. Nottingham Forest got relegated. Sheffield Wednesday back in the day got relegated. Newcastle have been relegated. Some big teams have been relegated. And there's no reason why we won't get relegated. Chelsea got relegated back in the day. You know? Man City relegated back in the day. Sure, they didn't have the money that they do now. But listen, it could happen. It could happen. And And trying to think of the positive side of us going down, it's difficult to think of any positives at the moment. Um, maybe that reset. Maybe that reset. I don't know. Um, that's the only positive I can think about it at the moment. All I know is if Sunday we go down, there's going to be a lot of anger. There's going to be a lot of tears, and there's going to be a lot of just heartbreak from from me, Cookie and Sheriff. Guarantee that Sunday there will be anger, there will be tears. If we stay up, there will be joy, there will be relief. We're gonna have every emotion under the sun Sunday. So make sure you tune in to the two marks for that watch along. Lisa and hi to Finn. Jimmy said morning and big up Nige and the chat. There are 9 available scenarios on Sunday and only one that relegate us. Big up Jimmy. Big up to you, mate. I hope you're well. There was me saying it was 12. I was 3 out, but you know. Yeah, 9 available scenarios, one that relegate us. But we all know that one is the most likely, right? That one is the most likely. And that's the frustrating thing. Finn saying good morning to Lee. And Logan says, I agree, Cyril. Every single team in the Prem hate us. And to be honest, I've always wondered why. We haven't done anything wrong. We haven't. We haven't. I don't know what it is. It's got to be something to do with Levy, right? We blame him for everything. It's got to be something to do with him. Kate says players need to put everything on the line on Sunday. I hope Richie got some glass on so we can see the goal Sunday. Listen, the one good thing, Richardson likes a goal against Everton. He likes to score against his old clubs. And, I'm confident Richie might get a goal, you know. Maybe that's being deluded. Scott M will tell me it is. But I got a feeling Richie might score Sunday. We need him to. You're right, Kate. Everyone has to turn up. We have to be at our very best. I don't want to see any performances like we saw Tuesday night. We need to be on it 100%. This is it. This is it. And what I also don't want to see is if we manage to win or draw, I don't want to see celebrations at the end from these players. I don't want to see them all hugging and running around, jumping and like that with the crowd. Nah. Clap the fans. Get off the pitch, mate. You've been shocking this season. Really, I will be livid if I see us win the game and the players are celebrating with the fans like we've just won something. Do not want to see that at all. Pete says, Logan Surreal, I think the only thing that let Spurs down as a fan base was cheering City on against your own side. Other than that, you've always been decent lot. Pete, I'll be honest, I don't think we did. I don't think we did cheer City on against us. It was just one of those games, right? It was just one of those games where, as a Spurs fan, it was a win-win. I think every single Tottenham fan wanted Tottenham to win. But if we lost, it was like, oh, well. For me, it was one of them. When Sonny went through with that one-on-one, I was off my seat. I was like, go on, son. Um, but as quickly as that happened, when he missed, and I went, oh, then I was like, oh, okay, he's all right. There's only one there. So it's one of them. It's one of them. I don't actually think many Tottenham fans really want Tottenham to lose. I just think, it was a win-win game for Tottenham. Dexter's in. Good morning, Dexter. How you doing, mate? Says Cyril. Because people don't hate Spurs as in a club or team. It's the online section of fans who have this loving for Arsenal. Henri, right, and gets to people. Listen, Dexter's right. It's a lot of the online fan base, right? It's a lot of this banter and a lot of these banter channels. And listen, they're great channels to watch, right? When you have your panel shows and they're all getting at each other, I think fans love that. Fans love the banter. So, like a lot of fans will look at Rory Jennings, for instance, right? And a big Chelsea fan, and they hate him. Oh, I hate what he said about Tottenham. Hate what he said about this. So they dislike him. So they dislike Chelsea fans, and they dislike Chelsea because of that. Whereas actually, in real life, I'm sure Rory Jennings is a decent guy, just a guy, just a guy who supports his club. The same as many other content creators who support their club, might give it large in front of the screen, but actually they're really decent people. Sava being one of them, absolutely lovely bloke. But he gets a lot of hate for no reason. It is what it is. It is what it is. Gil Gaffer says, no way, Vicario is already on holiday. Mentally wise, keep Kinski. Vicario would never make those saves he did against Leeds. I wouldn't be playing Vicario, to be honest. I think he's done. He's already leaving. We pretty much know he's not been made official, but we all know he's going. I think it would be a big mistake playing Vicario. He can come out and clap the fans at the end, but we don't need him in the team. I agree with you there, Girl Gaffer. Hotspur Hood's in. Big up, Dan. I hope you're well, mate. Says the only way we stay up is if West Ham don't win. I need a bottle of summer comfort while watching us play Everton, mate. I'm with you. Yeah. The beer's in. I'm gonna have spice rum, and Monday is going to be a hangover day for sure. But big up, Danny. I hope you're well, mate. Yeah, listen, I don't know. Can I see us winning? Yes. Can I see us losing? Yes. Can I see us drawing? Yes. I just don't know what to expect from Sunday. I really don't. It's going to be edge of your seat, brown trouser time, I think, but a whole 90 minutes. And I can see it go into injury time. I can see West Ham winning and that game being over. I can see Spurs and Everton being at 1-1 with 9 minutes of injury time. The West Ham game finished 4 minutes ago, and we've got to hang on for 4 minutes, and Everton having corner after corner. I can see it happening. It's going to be terrifying. Corey says, I love how people say the keeper should do better. Have any of you played in goal? The first goal was on Danzo and Destiny. Danzo didn't step up to Enzo and blocked the view of Kinski. Yeah, listen, I'm not saying it's Kinski's fault, by the way, but a lot of people are saying that Kinski maybe should have done better. I think he was slightly unsighted. I also think the whip beat him. It was a great finish. It literally hit the corner of the net. I think with Kinski is, I think a lot of people see because he doesn't dive. It's almost like he started to dive and then just thought, oh, that's past me. Whereas I think maybe if a car or someone would have literally gone all. But I don't think any keeper stops that goal. The second one, not sure about. I've seen it a few times. I just think it's one of those. He's just bundled it in. But listen, I'm happy with Kinski for the time. Is he the answer long term? Probably not. But right now, he's doing a job, right? He is doing a job. And if it wasn't for him, we'd probably be down already. Let's be honest. So fair play to Kinski. Finn saying, I wonder what sort of things we will find behind our sofas when we try to watch a game Sunday. It's going to be horrific, mate. It's going to be horrific. Yeah, get your cushions up over your face because I'm not sure I want to watch. To be honest, I don't really want to watch. I'd quite happily just go out for the afternoon and, not take my phone with me because I've had my phone. I'd constantly have it on. Remember the days of going into town on a Saturday afternoon and, you walk past a radio rentals or a TV shop and you're just looking. Coys it used to be, or Dixon's. And you would walk past the TV shop and you'd know what was happening because all the men would be stood round looking at the TVs with a fag in their gob. All the women would be in the shop. So I know times have changed now. And all the guys would just be looking at the final results coming in. The biddy printer back in the day. Yeah, quite happily do that again. Don't really want to be watching it, but we got to do what we got to do. Pete saying, oh, look, it's Dexter. Come out from under the bridge. I see. Wow. Pete not holding back. The girl Gaffer says, I agree, Pete Chambers. I was laughing initially, Spuds going down, but that was only because deep down, I didn't believe it was possible. Now that it's close, I don't want it to happen. Yeah, listen, it is what it is. Yeah, guys, let's be nice in the chat. Dexter and Pete, let's be nice to each other. Let's be nice to each other. A user says Vicario has checked out. Kinski has earned his right as first choice. I'm worried for Sunday. In our players' mentality was shot against Chelsea. Just imagine last home game of the season, life and death. Listen, big up to you, A user. As far as I'm concerned, is up to them, right? We've had two bites of the cherry, right? Chelsea, we failed. We got to take it now against Everton. It's still in our hands. As Jimmy said earlier, 9 results and only one of them sends us down, right? Only one set of results send us down. The other 8 keep us up. Let's not fuck up. Let's not fuck up. Let's just get the job done and we could discuss all summer the absolute mess that this club is because there's going to be some streams, I'm sure, about what we need to do as a club. if we go down, I think we might be seeing tumbleweed on YouTube for a couple of weeks. It's like, who's going to want to stream? It's going to be horrific. It really is. Kate says, Nige, we need to play two halves as well. Absolutely. How many times? And not only this season, last season, the season before under Conte, I remember us doing it when we only turn up one half. We'll be terrible first half and then brilliant second half, or brilliant first half and then terrible second half. We have to do it for 90 minutes, 90 minutes of fight, 90 minutes of passion, and just go for it. I do feel for some of the footballers nowadays, though, because the game has changed so much. Talking about it before, and we were saying we need men, we need leaders, we need fighters. But we saw it against Chelsea. You can't put a tackle in anymore. You got men in that side who are going to put their foot in. But every single tackle was blown up for a foul. London derby. And gotta say, I thought it was shocking. I really do. I think the referee should have let a lot more go, and we would have got a better game. But listen, it is what it is. Cyril says we've conceded a silly amount of long range goals due to not only giving the ball away, but then also not closing opponents down quick enough. Absolutely bang on. And a lot of that come from Frank, didn't it? He was very much like, let them shoot from outside the box. They're probably not going to score. Law of averages says they're not going to score too many from outside the box, but we have conceded a lot of goals from in and around those areas. And yeah, he definitely wasn't closed down quick enough, Enzo. Um, Great strike as it was, definitely wasn't closed down quick enough as I got an itchy ear. Guys, nearly 60 in the house. Do me a favour, smash that like button. Let's see if we can get up to 50 likes. Hit that subscribe button as well. Really would appreciate it. No subscribers yet this morning. Let's see if we can get one or two by the end. Ghosted is in saying, big up, nice, big up to you, Ghosted. I hope you're well, mate. And Pete saying, big up to Ghosted, and Ghosted saying, big up back. Cyril saying big up to Ghosted as well. Ghosted is famous. Big up to you, Ghosted, mate. Hope you're well, buddy. Thanks for coming in as always. George saying, how comes you haven't mentioned Abby Summers, who spends her time mixing with opposition fans while I've hardly ever seen her with her own fans? Yeah. This is it. This is it. Ghosted saying big up to Cyril. And Corey saying, I want Lange to get the Joel treatment, brought off at halftime and sacked in front of the Spurs faithful. Yeah, he should be brought out in front of the fans, shouldn't he? I don't know, maybe we should do public executions at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This would be the new thing, wouldn't it? A bit of extra revenue, public executions, and Lange can be the first one. Lange could be the first, maybe not execution, maybe that's being a bit harsh. Maybe we could have, remember when you used to go to fates and stuff, and you used to have the head teacher or whatever when you used to go to school ones, or I don't know, the local businessman or whatever would go behind and get in the little thing and you throw wet sponges at him. Maybe we should do that with like, rotten tomatoes and things like that. That would be quite good. I'd pay for that. I would literally go to the stadium and pay for that, definitely. Kate said, Ghosted, good morning, lovely. I hope you're well. And Corey says, I would like Lange to get the Joel. Oh, I read that already. Man, I read that already, but he said it twice, and I agree. Absolutely agree. Dexter said, George, I have no idea who she is. Fair play, mate. Fair play. Colin says, better be winning the championship club than a losing Premier club. We will see. We will see, Colin. It's going to be interesting, right? After the horrific feeling of us going down, and there's no doubt it will be, and I'm not sure whether it's going to be a feeling of, oh my God, we've gone down. This is the worst feeling in the world, or a little bit like, this is really embarrassing. I think it's going to be a lot of embarrassment if Spurs go down for the fans, more than actually, oh my God, we've gone down. Because a lot of us want that reset. A lot of us want things to change at Tottenham. And as Stel says, relegation, maybe this is what we need to get things moving to change, right? So for me, it's not necessarily us going down as an, oh my God, this is the worst thing in the world. It's more, I'm really embarrassed as a Spurs fan. I will not be wearing any Spurs stuff out for a while. But I agree. But then we've got to go and win the championship, right? If we go down. Let's see what we do. Finn says, I just want to know who the invisible man is that Poe and Moani have been passing to all season. He's not very good. He's not getting on the end of things, is he? He's yeah, he's been pretty poor. Gotta say. I like that. Best comment of the day so far, without a doubt, Finn. Um, yeah, listen, our passing has been shocking at times. It really has. Jane's in. Big up, Jane's in. Popping in to say a quick good morning, and I'll watch you later. Have a great show. Big up, Jane. Take care, lovely. I hope you're well. George saying Dexter, she's a Spurs fan, based on YouTube, but shows herself on a Spurs channel. Just saying. Listen, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Kate said, everyone going to the match, take all your wet lettuces and chuck them at the wet white lounge. That would be brilliant. We should have like a massive tifo or massive like flag or something just with Lange as a wet lettuce. And he would see it and it would be great. It would be great. He needs to know how the fans are feeling about him, I think. Surreal saying, I agree, mate. Lange and Vin, I both need to be humiliated and sent packing. Yep, I agree with that as well. Ghosted is saying, I wouldn't want Arsenal down. Don't even hate Arsenal that much. It's embarrassing that we don't build a team that challenges against them. Bang on, mate. Bang on. I didn't even see your message before I started talking about embarrassment. For me, for where we are, and James Maddison said, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that Tottenham Hotspur are down here, and it really is. And it will be embarrassing if we go down. Um, I don't even care so much about relegation, about the money we'll lose. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't pay my electricity bill. It doesn't pay my council tax. I'll be embarrassed if Spurs went down. This club embarrassed me at times. And is there a chance to save face on Sunday and put a result in that keep us in the Premier League, right? Pete says, George, if Dexter knows who Henry and Sava is, he knows exactly who Abby is. Yeah, guys, let's stop talking about other YouTubers now. Just because it is what it is. We've all got our faves, we've all got people we like, we don't like, and it is, we get on with it, right? Jan is in. Big up, Jan. Said, I take entertaining football over this drama and dross. And again, this is it, right? What do we want as Spurs fans? Do we want entertaining football? Do we want winning football? Obviously, in an ideal world, we want everything, right? We want winning, entertaining football. But what do we want as Spurs fans? For so long, we have been craving getting entertaining football back. And right now, we're not entertaining to watch. We are boring to watch. It's drama, and we are where we are. I would take entertaining football and finishing top 7 every season. At least we're fighting for something than what I'm seeing currently. But listen, we are what we are, guys. Ghost said first games I look for every season. Absolutely. Andrew says, we got relegated in the 77. We're probably a better team. Absolutely, mate. But football's different than it is, and football's changed so much, hasn't it? I'm guessing you got relegated back then to the second division. I'm not saying it was easier to get back into the first division, but the money wasn't in the game, right? So it wasn't like every summer you'd have like 7 or 8 signings. You'd have pretty much the same side every year in, year out. You might have 1 or 2 signings, but not very often. It would be, if your players played for you, they play for you for like 10 years. Not very often did they move. So, listen, football has changed so much. Of course, squads are a lot bigger now than they were then. Ghost has said, I would like to keep the heritage of never being relegated from the Prem. Yeah, ideally, that would be nice. That would be nice. But listen, I think at the end of the day, it's just a title, isn't it? It's just something you can hang over your neck and say, yeah, we've done this. Doesn't really matter that much to me. Kate says, whose fault is it? Our owners that don't put quality on the pitch, money before glory. Absolutely. It is all profit before glory. Listen, for me, we don't need to spend a lot of money. This is the frustration for me, yeah? It's not all about spending 70, 80, 90 million on players. Get the right recruitment in, get the right people in who know their jobs, and we can go and scout in Scandinavia and pick up a 23-year-old midfielder who's smashing it out of the park in Sweden. Pay 15 million for him, get him in. He could be a world beater. We just don't know because our scouting is so bad and it's so lazy. It's like, oh, they're going for him. They'll pay 30 million, we'll pay 35. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Ghost is saying it's hard enough now, let alone if we go down and come back up. This is the thing. It is going to be really difficult to come back up if we go down. We cannot afford to go down. Thank you very much to the one person who has just subscribed. I appreciate you more than you know. And if you haven't subscribed, guys, hit that subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. Colin said, Villa got promoted in 2019. We can bounce back. Absolutely. No reason why we can't bounce straight back up, but it will be difficult. Cookie says, Andrew, definitely 77 was a better team. Yeah, we had a young Glenn Hoddle, didn't we? It was definitely a better side. Not that I can really remember it, but listen, our team now is not up to it. Let's face it, we are where we are for a reason. We're a terrible team, an absolutely terrible team. We really are. Guys, if we're bringing up comments with other YouTubers now, I'm not going to bring it up, not because I don't respect you guys, just because I don't want to talk about other YouTubers. You can talk about it in the chat, fine, but I just won't bring it up. Surreal saying Woolwich would only miss us because that's 6 points it won't get. That's true. That is absolutely true. Jan saying regular midweek games and a pint will be nice. Absolutely. Imagine going to those different. Imagine going to Lincoln. I imagine the pies at Lincoln are absolutely fantastic. So, maybe it won't be all bad. Copium, isn't it? Talking about that kind of thing. It is copium. There's nothing I want. Nothing. I definitely don't want us to go down 100%. We need to stay in the Premier League. Like I say, Sunday's watch along. There will be tears if we go down. I can guarantee it. Ghost is saying surreal. That's it. It's the only thing annoying about it. Enoch send us into the derby like bozos every time. We're never quite set up for it, are we? We're never quite set up for it. And he says their loser mentality comes from the very top, and that is Enoch. Enoch just don't care enough about the football, right? They care about what they're bringing in money-wise, and this is a frustration. This is why I just think they're obviously not thinking right, because do they not understand if we were a successful football team, then they would bring a lot more money in, right? If we were challenging for the Champions League every year, if we're challenging for titles every year, we would be bringing in a lot more money. I don't quite get it. And commercially, we would be noticed more. What are you going to notice? Who do you notice more? Man City and Arsenal, Liverpool, because they're at the top, or Tottenham, Crystal Palace, Leeds United. So I'm just saying sides that are around the bottom area. They're at the bottom. No, you notice the sides at the top. They're the big clubs. I don't get it. I don't get it. But listen, they don't know a lot about football. Clearly, it is what it is. Ghost has said we will always be my favourite games of the season. Though has been night. Yeah, it has been ever since I was a kid. Listen, I love the North London derby. Hate North London derby day, but the build up to it, I love. The game's usually a bit of a wet wipe. Let's be honest. But yeah, listen, it is what it is. Cookie is saying, our front three is so bad they couldn't score in a brothel. No, you're absolutely right. They couldn't. They're terrible. They're terrible. I think there was a show last night. I was watching a bit of Spurs sessions last night. Big up, boys. And they were given their marks for the players. And they went through the front three, and a lot of them would get 3, 2, or whatever. And I said, listen, all 3 of them don't get 4 combined for me. They're all of them absolutely woeful. Terrible footballers, terrible players. Should be nowhere near the Tottenham side. But this is what we have. This is what we have, right? And even if we had a fit squad, they'd still be in and around it. They're just not good enough. They are just not good enough. Ghost is saying surreal 100%, and us fans need to get together and do something about it. We do. Jan saying the major positive from being relegated is that we see the back of this most of this miserable squad. They crumble at the slightest whiff of adversity, and I'm tired of it. Absolutely, Jan. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely, bang on, bang on. The girl gaffer says, "Come on, Nige, if you stay up, you must celebrate. After what you've been through, the pressure, the hatred, you have to give it bigger. And if you stay up, mate, come on, be shameless. I just can't do it. Just can't do it." There will be relief, of course. I'll be like, yeah, but I don't want to see the players do it. The fans, different, right? The fans we can celebrate because we've been put through the ringer. I don't want to see the players celebrating. You know, we saw it all last season. We saw it the first season under Ange and that 10-game run. Every time we won a game, certainly game 6, game 7, game 8, they'd be at the fans celebrating like that. And you see Basuma dancing. Don't want to see that if we win on Sunday and stay up. I really don't, because the players have let us down. They've really let us down. Golden Sun saying all players P45s in the dressing room after the game, win or lose. Wouldn't that be a thing? Hey, wouldn't that be a thing? I wouldn't say no to that. Cyril said, exactly, mate. Enix's tactic is divide and conquer. While we argue amongst ourselves, it takes the pressure off Enix 100%. And George says, spot on, mate. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Listen, where we go from here, I don't know. I don't know. Ghosted saying, Cyril, if we can't get together to protest after this shit show of a season, I'm not sure we ever will. And this is it. Are the fans up for it now? We have to realise as a fan base, we can't take this anymore. If we want Tottenham to be where Tottenham should be, and as a fan, I'm saying Tottenham should be near the top. I'm not saying we should be winning leagues, but we should be in and amongst it. We should be in and amongst it. We are, whether fans like it or not, a big six club. We always have been for many, many years. Sure, the last couple of seasons, we haven't shown that. But historically, if you were to ask 100 fans, the big six, I reckon at least 85 of them will say Tottenham are part of that big six. We need to show it though, and we're not. And we need to protest. We need to get these owners either out or get them to change their ways. I'm not sure they ever will change their ways, but let's see. My voice is going. Queen Ellie says we were never really in the game versus Chelsea. We were very lame on getting the ball in, and as usual, like the majority of the season, lame in front of goal. Absolutely, Queen Ellie. I couldn't agree more. You know, we had so many chances to put balls in the box. I felt we kept faffing around with it out there, playing it back, just get the ball in. A couple of times we did get the ball in. We had Tell's header that hit the post. We had another one that flashed across. Just get the ball in the box. Why are we so scared of doing it? You know, Richarlison is a terrible striker, but get the ball in the box and we've got a chance. I mean, that header was shocking, right? But he was offside. But nevertheless, it was a shocking header. But again, getting the ball in the box. You know, get the ball in the box and we get chances. It is what it is. Guys, I'm going to be wrapping up and sending you over to the 2 marks in a moment. 62 in the house. Please smash a like, hit a subscribe. Really would appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm going to try and be more consistent going forward. So I appreciate each and every one of you for sticking by me. Colin says, what is the 9 scenarios on Sunday? I can only work out 4: win, lose, or draw. West Ham win. I think it's one of them where we win, West Ham win, we stay up, right? We draw, West Ham win, we stay up. We lose, West Ham lose, we stay up. Just, and it goes on like that. But the only one that sends us down, of course, is we lose, West Ham win, we go down. But yeah, listen, it's going to be a tense afternoon, isn't it? There's no doubt about that. Ellie says when Madison came on, we were better, and Sarr and Spence gave us energy. Pity Madison didn't do one of his free kick special. Oh, Ellie, I was sat watching that free kick. I thought, this is it. This is the moment. He's gonna whip one in the top corner, go to the Spurs fan, kiss his shirt, and he's going to cry because he's been out for so long and he's just saved Tottenham. We're going to cry because we're all wet. I don't know. It was the moment for me, and he blew it, and I'm just like, oh, matters. But listen, hey, we can't be too hard on him, can we? Because he changed the game again against Chelsea. He really did. He changed the game again against Chelsea. Corey says, take me back to the 90s. Take me back to the 90s, mate. I was clubbing it out every weekend. Big box, little box, all that. Yeah, loving it. Loving it. Take me back to the 90s. Guys, I am going to send you over to the 2 Mark show. Thank you to each and every one of you that's come in today. I really do appreciate you guys. If it's not for you, there is no show. So thank you so much. Just going through the chat. Claire's in. Morning, Nige, and lovely chat. Good morning to you, Claire. I hope you are well. Joe's in. Big up, Joe. I hope you're well. Guys, get over to the 2 Marks. Remember to smash a like and hit subscribe. Really would appreciate it. I'm just going to whip down the chat. See if I've missed anyone before I go. Like I say, thank you so much, guys, for joining me this morning. I don't think I've missed anyone. Yes, I have. Wembers is in. Big up to you, Wembers. Says I have to work with people who are liking it. Is not in their thinking to speculate, to accumulate. It's the investing before they have. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. And this is the trouble, isn't it? And this is why we need to get football people in so importantly. And hopefully we will. Guys, have a great day. Have a great day. In around 85 hours' time, we will know our fate one way or another. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll stay in the Premier League. Guys, get over to the 2 Mark show. Say Pure Coys Raid. Would much appreciate it. Have a great day. And as always, come on, you Spurs.